Sup everyone, it's Zeke here. Okay, this is a helpful hint in Magic the Gathering. Now, this is a continuation of my Commander video. Okay. Planewalkers. Planewalkers are always helpful to have in your deck, or they call it the library. Cards for support like Critical of the Spirit Dragons. You can add 1 mana of any color. Add 1 mana to your mana pool, colorless, or you can put 1 mana. Doesn't matter what kind it is, and tap it. Put a storage counter on Critical of the Spirit Dragon. And this is a land, to make sure you know. So, you can also tap it, remove X storage counters from Critical of the Spirit Dragon. Its effect is, or ability, I like calling things effects because I'm into Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Add X mana in any combination of colors to the mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells or activate abilities of dragons. Okay, now this is the big part of the video. My deck is a dragon deck, but I'm using a human scout because he's support. He'll help me search for, when he comes out, I could search for a basic land card, and what happens is I put it into my hand and shuffle my library. Now you're thinking, he's not a dragon, but his ability is helpful. In decks, you probably want to use your creatures probably the same as the type of creature that your commander is, because usually his ability works on creatures of his same type. Usually I have a few cards that same type as them get an extra bonus ability. Like, if you remember from last time, Atarka World Renderer. He basically, when a dragon I control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn, and he has flying and trample. Well, this Planewalker is red and green, and I can use him to give him +1 loyalty counter to add a red or green for creature spells, and the ones creatures I cast for the turn can't be countered. Or I can -2 him. Target creature I control fights target creature I don't control, so I can force fight. And creatures I control get +1/+0. Now, I mentioned about this land. I can bring out a Tuffy dragon. Say, for example, let's see a good example. I want to give you a good example. Where is he? He is somewhere around here. Yes, here. Shivan Dragon. Now, since I can use this the land's X counters, I could say I had 10 counters on that land. I could pay it as if it was red, and he'll gain +10/+0. that would put him at 15. And he's flying, so not all enemies will be able to block. And now back to our Borderland Ranger. He is support. He can block, he can attack, and he has an ability. So I put him in there because he can block and he can use an ability, because I want him for support. So I can use like cards like Shiva Dragon and use their abilities. I don't have like infinite mountains, so I do have a limit to how much I can use. But back to what I wanted to talk about the types. If you want to run a dragon deck or a human deck, well, human scout with that guy I just showed you, Borderland Scout, no, Borderland Ranger actually his name is, Human Scout, human. So he'll get a bonus for that, for the human. If you want to use dragons, if you want to use humans, if you want to use merfolks, if you want to use goblins. I've even seen slivers. A sliver deck for commander. And slivers are like hive mind. So they have abilities that work with other slivers. So if you want to run just one creature type deck, or if you want to do a certain color, like me, I did green red. And if not, if you don't want to run those two things, you could just run a deck with, like, your main would be dragons, like mine, for example, but you have support creatures too. Something that will help you out with their abilities, but you can also, they're expendable. Okay guys, that's pretty much it. I got comments from the last video I did for the commander tips. So if you leave me comments, that would be nice. So then I can know if you have questions for anything. I could tell you. Okay guys, have a nice day. Subscribe, like, comment, peace out.